Good morning, welcome to day 19 of your daily wellness, and today we are doing the low squat or the yogi squat. Now you may want a block or book or 2 blocks or even a blanket that you can sort of roll up to put underneath the heels. So if you haven't got anything like that to hand, grab something, a blanket, a cushion, a block, whatever you've got, because you might need that today. So we're going to begin our practice today in child's pose. So for our yogic squat, the main thing that we actually want to do is to stretch out through the lower back and through the hamstrings so that we've got the space to come down into it. We're also going to open the hips a little bit so that we can come inside with the elbows and get the chest open, a bit of activation through the upper back. So take the knees nice and wide, top of the feet on the mat, big toes come together. Take the hands forward, spread the fingers, push through the hands as you come back toward child pose, and then allow the body to sink down. Maybe take an even wider pose than normal. Really starting to get opening through the hip, but also start to really lengthen the lower back. So we're not just sort of folding over here, we're actually trying to lengthen the tailbone back. And get that nice straight spine, keeping a bit of length through the bottom of the back here. So just working on getting that pelvic tilt away, under, as we arch the lower back just a little to lengthen. Resting the head down. Imagine with every exhale your body just gives you a little bit more space. Again, don't allow the slump to happen. Shoulder blades come together in the upper back. Spine is in alignment. Keep breathing here for a few more rounds. We're using this kind of like a yin yoga to help to loosen up through the hips. To just give us a bit of space to relax the stretch reflex here. And maybe if it feels comfortable for you, you can lift the head up and just take a little sway side to side. Notice if one side feels a bit tighter than the other, that's normal. Good, and then press through the hands, bring them in part way, press back into it. Now we are trying to arch the back a little bit, lengthening the tailbone back, chest is open. Walk the hands back a little further, keep pushing through the hands, keep the chest open, tailbone curved away. From there we're going to take it forwards again. Spread the fingers wide, pressing into the back of every knuckle, into the whole back of the palm. Tuck the toes, make your way into your downwards facing dog. So the heels can be as high as they need to, knees can be bent. Take a moment to walk it through, one and the other. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs. Notice for a moment if you feel like there's a lot of weight in the hands. It should be equal between hands and feet, if anything more feet. So we've really got to push back, really open the chest, bend the knees a little to allow the tailbone to lift to the sky. Chest is open, then allow the heels to come just as far as they can go before you feel that you start to slump over again. So really lengthening back. Lifting up, imagine someone's got a strap around here and they're pulling you up. As they pull up, you push back. Ground down through the left foot. As you inhale, take the right foot up. Keep the toes turned down. Remember when we did our 3-legged dog? Big inhale. As you exhale, shift the weight forwards, Bring the knee towards your nose and then step it up. So we've got right foot between the hands. Left knee we're going to drop down. Fingertips or hands on the mat, you can use blocks here to lift you up if you want to. Open the chest, lengthen forwards. Allow for a moment the weight to sink down. Make sure that the knee is above the ankle so the weight's not coming into the toes. Maybe taking that little sway here too. Bring both hands to the inside of the foot. Toes facing forwards. Bring the left foot, top of the foot onto the mat to allow that sinking a little further. If you're particularly flexible here, you can come down onto elbows. If you do that, just make sure that the foot's not coming off the floor. So we still want to be pressing through inside and outside. Choose a level that works for you. Shoulders back and down. Good. Walk the right foot into the middle of the mat. And then we're going to roll it back into hamstring stretch. So flexing the right toes up, pulling back through the right hip into the socket, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good, roll it forwards. From here, we're going to lift up onto the back toe, place the heel down and push up to Warrior One. So Warrior One, that back foot is going at a diagonal, somewhere between in front and to the side. The exact angle is up to you. We need to push into the outside edge of that back foot, strengthen through the back leg. So we're not just stretching down, actually squeeze your quad, squeeze your leg, press into the floor, right into the heel. Same with this front foot, pressing into all the toes, into the heel. Start to rotate the body, so we're probably not exactly parallel here, but we'll just be a little bit inside. From here, try and scoop your tailbone. So that's going to give you a big stretch through the shin and the front of the foot. You should feel some pressure there. Stretching through the hamstring, stretching through the front of this hip. Open the chest. Good. Bring the palms together, prayer pose, elbows side to side. Strong through the legs. Hold. Press into that back foot. Squeeze both legs into the floor. Be really, really super strong for 3, 2, 1. Release off. Straighten the front leg. Step your back foot in part way, so there. A little bit closer. And both feet facing forwards. Hands on the hips. Spine long. Big inhale. Bring them to the heart, elbows back, long spine. Getting that little bit of an arch, so we're lengthening the spine as we come slowly over, pulling back through right hip socket. Lengthening through the spine, press through both feet. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Good. From there, bend both knees, place the hands on the mat, step back into downwards facing dog, and take a little walk through. Press backwards from the hands, so really get the tailbone up, get the weight back into the legs. From there, we're going to ground down through the right foot, take the left leg up again. Rather than coming all the way up here, we want to rotate it down, so the hips are parallel. Little toes reaching towards the floor. Big inhale. As you exhale, shift it forwards, bring your knee to nose, and then step it up. taking a moment, open the chest, drop the right knee down. Keep the toes tucked under. Allow the weight to sink down. Maybe we take a little sway, maybe not. Good, and then we're going to walk the left foot out towards the edge of the mat. Make sure that the knee is always over the ankle. You can tell because if it is, you'll start to lift the heel and press into the toes. Bring the hands to the mat. Top of the foot down, allow that sinking. Adjust the stance if necessary. And again, you've got the option of elbows if you want the option of elbows. Spine is long, scoop your tailbone under. Framing the foot again. So bring the left foot towards the middle and then roll it back into your hamstring stretch. Curl the toes up towards you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold it over. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold it over. Good. Walking it forwards. We're going to lift up the back knee. Place the foot down as we come to warrior one on this side. Take a moment to get into a strong position. Back foot is angled. And then from the angle, press strongly into the back leg. Really squeeze the glutes, squeeze the quads, press the heel down. Press the knife edge of the foot down. As if you're really trying to push the floor away and then squeeze into the front leg. Rotate so we're coming more or less forward. Scoop your tailbone under. You'll feel a big stretch through the front of the right hip as you scoop the tailbone. Keep pressing into the heel. Press with both legs, strong. Bring the hands to the heart. Squeeze both legs in, super strong. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 3, 2, 1, and gently release it off. Stepping the right foot in, partly straightening both legs. Both feet facing forward now, pyramid pose. Long through the spine. Tilt the pelvis, send the hips back as the chest comes forwards. Hands can stay on the hips or come to the heart again. Big inhale and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Bend both knees. Place the hands on the mat. Take it back into downwards facing dog. Really walk it through. Good. From there, bring the knees down. Walk it back with the hands. And then we're going to walk it back further still and just lift up. So we're taking a bit of a stretch through the front of the shins. Maybe you hold it there and sort of hover up on the top of the feet, or maybe it's just a little rock is where you're at today. Good. And then you want your props. If you want props, whatever you want to have today. So we're going to bring the weight onto all fours. Spread the fingertips, parallel through the legs, neutral spine. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly into cow pose, lift the chin. As you exhale, tuck under. Really focusing on getting everything working through the spine, every vertebra. Feel that rotation through the pelvis, tuck under. 1 more. And tuck under. Good. From there, curling the toes under. Take a moment to rock and roll. Hands on the floor, supporting as you bring the heels towards the floor and then the knees. And now take your choice. Your block, your blanket, or maybe nothing if you have the space, or maybe you want to work up to that. So if you're using your blanket or your block, place that under the heels now. Good, hands on the floor, knees are bent, we're going to lift up for a moment. Get that firm foundation. Pressing into every toe, pressing into the heel. Good. Maybe we want the toes just to turn out slightly. So the knees are going to angle out slightly, give us a bit more space. Abs are drawn in, hands to the heart, nice straight back as if we're in halfway lift. From there we're going to squat down. You can use the hands to support if you want to, until we come into this squat position. So you can use a block, you can use your blanket, you can use nothing. If you have nothing, you may want to take the feet a little bit wider. It just helps to give you a bit more space to get down inside the hips. Whichever version you're doing, let's see if we can bring elbows to inside the knees, maybe rotate the toes out a little further. Palms together at the heart. Open the chest. Tailbone lengthens down. Chest lengthens up. Shoulder blades come together. Press firmly into the hands. Chin is tucked. Pressing with the whole soles of the feet. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Press firmly. Elbows out. 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, we're going to bring the hands back to the mat. Lift the heels up, heels down, bring it up to standing. Take a little shake out of the legs. Good, bring them back together again, using whatever support you want to use. This time the toes are going to come forwards. Tailbone back, fingertips on the mat as we come down into a squat, and just rest the arms forwards now. Belly to thigh, so we've been doing a lot of belly to thigh, that in and up from the pelvic floor and from the belly button. The arms are going to counterbalance you. If you take the arms away, you're just going to want to roll back. So thinking, leaning forwards into the toes, but don't let the hunch happen. Lengthen the tailbone back, chest is up. Hold for 10, 9, 8. This should be hurting your shins a little. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it forwards, roll it up. Bring the knees to the mat, top of the feet onto the mat, and again just take that little gentle roll up and down the front to give your shins a little stretch out and a little release. Good, and from there coming into seated, however is comfortable for you. Bringing the soles of the feet together, taking a moment just to appreciate your feet and your lower legs. So we're going to take your thumbs and just gently rub up the sole. And then use the thumbs to pull out. Good. Take a little rotation just behind the ankle bone. Same on the other side. And maybe a little bit of massage over the top of the feet. Gently pressing or making circles. Maybe the toes, or moving up into the ankles and shins wherever you need it. Take a moment to release that. Good. And then coming into whatever seated position you like. Take a moment to settle in. Notice how your body feels, how your hips feel, how you feel as a whole. Just let that sink in. Shoulders heavy, grounding down firmly. Kind of relaxed but in alignment. So just a little bit of activation as we allow our body to relax in easy pose. Deep breaths. today's practice. Let's see what we have for tomorrow. Cool, so tomorrow we have wide-legged forward fold. So good for opening the hips, great for resetting your mood, your nervous system, getting the head below the heart, and for really working on your grounding as well and getting that firm foundation through the feet. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. And I'll see you again tomorrow for your next dose of daily wellness.